Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. You may have noticed in my video yesterday, I was here at the Apache Junction Public Library, and I recorded a video just before closing time. My clock is actually pretty well synchronized because I love stargazing events. So I know what time it is. I thought I had 10 minutes to record a video. And you may have seen that this security guy was telling me that they were closed, even though there was a good 4 or 5 minutes left, right? And I very calmly told him, no, I think we got 4 more minutes. And I continued on with my video. And I'm really glad I did that. And it wasn't until I headed out the door did I understand that he wanted to just close up to get the fuck out of there, right? He probably has a family to go home to and all that. And I'm so pleased at myself for speaking up. And why did I do that? Well, in that circumstance, I really didn't have much to lose, right? It's not a job that I need to pay the bills. It's not speaking up, in a relationship. It's just, oh, I want to finish my video, right? If he had insisted that I leave, I would have went home and re-recorded the video or did something else, right? And I really like it. I got to practice because I don't always speak up when I need to. So, for example, this semester I teach at a community college, and I'm so pleased at myself for 2 days that I asked to take off this semester. And I feel it actually increased my rapport with my boss, not hurt it, right? So, for example, I had a Wednesday that I wanted to take off. There was a video game tournament, if you can believe it. And I left it at I have a family event that I want to go to. I don't need to share with my boss that it's a future family event that I'm right that I'm looking for my future wife. That is a family event, right? It's a very special case of a family event. I just left it at I got a family event that I want to tend to, and he didn't ask. And I really, after I got the day off, I really kicked myself that in the past I hadn't asked for time off like that. And you know what happened also? It kind of increased my rapport with my boss because now I'm a human with actual human needs, right? In the past, I often didn't ask for things like that, and my boss sometimes conveniently forgot that I was a human, right? And then I asked for another day off on Mary Curry's birthday, and all I said was that it's a family birthday. That's all I said. I left out the fact that it's a very, very distant family member, right? If you were to draw a family tree, it might be 10, 20, 30 generations away, right? I left that part of the equation out of the discussion, right? And my boss didn't ask either. Now, I ended up canceling the day off. What had happened was that the day before Mary Curry's birthday, we were reviewing the last exam, and one of my students had made a ton of careless mistakes, right? You wouldn't want him working on nuclear material because of the kind of careless mistakes he was making. And so I really liked working with him. And he asked me about who was going to come in to substitute for me, and it gave me a bad feeling. I really wanted to work with him, and so I said, you know what, I'll come here. Don't worry about it. And I came, and but even then, I'm still glad I asked for the day off because it still built the rapport with the student. So that was good. And so now every time anything untoward happens, I speak up because I realize that if I fold right away, I'm gonna not look like a human, and also I'm definitely not gonna get what I wanted. Right? Had I just folded the other day and turned off my computer and left, I definitely would not have finished the video. Right? Uh, so now, especially events like here at the library, right? There really is nothing to lose here, right? I can't say the same thing about at the workplace, right? I'm doing financially a lot better nowadays, which is what makes it so much easier to speak up. 2 years ago, I had a very toxic job, but you know what? I don't think it was the job that was so toxic. It was the job plus my own circumstances that created a powder keg of toxicity, right? Not only was the boss toxic, but at the same time, I didn't have a lot of resources, right? I was just starting my art career. I still remember when I barely had four figures in my bank account, and a lot of times I needed that next paycheck, and I also was I was bankrolling my art career, right? I hadn't primed the pump just yet, right? Like I have today, right? And so the thought of asking for a day off at the tutoring center where I was working, or the thought of speaking up when, hey, it's time to go home, right? And not going over by 10, 20 minutes every time. The thought of doing that terrified me, right? I think that increased the job was kind of like the ammonia, and me not having good circumstances was kind of like adding bleach to it, right? And that's how it felt like, right? Anyway, unfortunately, I didn't have the good circumstances at the time, and the job alone would have been just ammonia, right? It's toxic, but you can work with it, right? Me not having good circumstances was like pouring bleach on top of it, right? That's the best analogy that I could give, right? By the way, leave a comment if you understand what ammonia and bleach do, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum